Me to explain, you understand? Our oppressors subjected us to absolute poverty, you understand? And poverty is one of the main reasons why we have become the criminals that we are today. Right. Don't allow our oppressor to make you believe you are just some criminal black man out of the goddamn blue. We have became criminals because of our oppression. Right. We became criminals because of our persecution. We became criminals because of our oppressor. It's right here in the Bible, you understand? It's because they subjected us to poverty. Allow me to explain something too, man. And that's why as a people, we are considered to be traumatized. Every black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman has PTSD.
On Westworld.
Right. Everything is lawful. Westworld. The pressure on. I remember bringing nothing home. Make it little just to make it known. Steady, ready, better watch your tone. When I was 5'7", I was breaking bone. I had to 5'7", now I want the chrome. 9'11", I was in my zone. Lose the argument or lose your dome. Keep cool, ain't no running up. Damn, now I'm coming up. They coming against me, you dumb or what? You drawing, you done enough. They told me don't rush it, just wait my time. Paying attention, I see the signs. Coming right to me like Amazon. No time for distractions, I'm on the grind. Little shorty, your ticket, she know she fine. Got a couple of so never mind. They throwing the shade cause they know I shine. Reason I'm going in overtime. You stuck in your ways, you keep fantasizing. I just go get it, don't think about it. Don't make it an issue, it ain't a problem. Not too much talking, just organizing. One Westworld, no way around it. Heavy, so you know I'm grounded. Too sturdy, I'm well rounded. Tunnel vision, I don't see a challenge.
Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 143, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For the enemy have persecuted my
what?
For the enemy.
For the what?
For the enemy.
For the enemy, understand? The Lord wants us to understand this too as well. Y'all right? Now I want everyone to pay attention. Like the Lord wants us to understand that we have enemies, you understand? The Lord thinks that we have friends out. The Lord wants us to understand that we have enemies. But our pastors want to make us believe or made us believe that we have friends. We have nothing but associates and friends out there in the world. But reality, our oppressor is nothing but a friend, but everything about an enemy, you understand? Our oppressor is our enemy. Donald Trump is our enemy. Kamala Harris is our enemy. Donald Trump is our enemy. Joe Biden, Barack Obama is our enemy. And the Lord wants us to understand this right here. The Lord said what?
For the enemy had persecuted.
Have what?
Had persecuted.
Like persecuted, you understand? Does anybody know what persecute means? Persecute means to cause injury and harm to, you understand? And many years, not just during slavery, not during the Jim Crow era, which is the Reconstruction era, not just during civil rights, but even today, 2024, our enemies persecute us, you understand? They cause us harm. They cause us injury. The Lord said what?
Had persecuted my soul.
My what?
My soul.
The Lord said our enemies persecuted our soul. Your soul is what makes you, you understand? Your soul makes you who you are as a black man, who you are as a black woman, who you are as a Latino man or woman, or a Native American man or woman. That is what your soul is. Your soul is what makes you. And our enemy had the ability to persecute our souls, you understand? That's beyond terrible, you understand? That's beyond crazy, and sometimes it's beyond comprehension. But the Lord wants us to understand, like, they have that ability and they have that power. Like, that's why it's important to come back to God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why it's important to come to this table and grab a flyer and come into these classes. That's why it's important to pray to the Most High for World War III and race wars, so we can stop being persecuted by our oppressors and by our enemies, you understand? So they no longer have the power to persecute our souls. That's important. The Lord said what?
He hath smitten my life down to the ground.
He said he's smitten my life unto the ground. That's what our oppressor has done to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Allow me to explain, you understand? Our oppressor subjected us to absolute poverty, you understand? And poverty is one of the main reasons why we have become the criminals that we are today. Don't allow our oppressor to make you believe you are just some criminal black man out of the goddamn blue. We have became criminals because of our oppression. We became criminals because of our persecution. We became criminals because of our oppressor. It's right here in the Bible, you understand? It's because they subjected us to poverty. Allow me to explain something too, man. And that's why as a people, we are considered to be traumatized. Every black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman has PTSD. They are a traumatized individual, you understand? And allow me to explain to you how trauma happens. Of course, trauma can happen when you're abused, you understand? But allow me to give you another perspective. Allow me to give you another idea, you understand? All right? Trauma can also be caused when something was supposed to happen, but it never did. That's also how trauma is caused. So imagine that you need something and you're supposed to have it, but you never got it. That's the black community. We are supposed to have resources. We're supposed to have food. We're supposed to have water of our own, food of our own, stores of our own, nurses and doctors of our own. But guess what? Our oppressor subjected us to all of this poverty. We don't have those resources. And now we are a traumatized people. The Lord said what?
He had smitten my life down to the ground.
That's why King David said, they have smitten my life unto the ground. That's how our oppressor smited us unto the ground, you understand? He subjected us to poverty, and that's why we became what we are right now, you understand? We were never supposed to be the drug dealers that we are now. We were never supposed to be the liars that we are now. Our people were never supposed to be a part of the LGBTQIA plus community the way that they are now. They were never supposed to vote. They were never supposed to be Democrats. They were never supposed to be Republicans, you understand? We were never supposed to be any of those things. We were never supposed to be Christians. We were never supposed to be Muslims. We were never supposed to be Buddhists, you understand? We were never supposed to be none of those things. But because we've been so oppressed and because we've been so persecuted is why we became that, you understand? And that's why we can't progress. That's why we cannot excel to a point where we need to be in life, you understand? It's because we've been oppressed by our oppressor, and the Lord wants us to understand we have enemies, you understand? Go ahead, give me more on that.
He had made me to dwell in darkness.
That what?
Dwell in darkness.
That darkness is talking about a state of mind. That darkness is also talking about the actual state that we're living in, you understand? If you walk the streets of Baltimore right now, you are walking in darkness, you understand? You can go through Chicago, you can go through Brooklyn, Harlem, Queens, whatever, Jersey City, Newark, Orange, Norfolk, Chesapeake if you're out in Virginia, Richmond, Chesapeake, Norfolk, any black area like Atlanta, you understand, Houston, Dallas, any black town, Compton, Watts, whatever you want it, you understand? We live in darkness. We walk through darkness, you understand? And we walk through that great despair, you understand? Because of our oppressor. That darkness is that state of mind and the conditions that we're living in the black, Hispanic, and Native American community. And because of our conditions is why we suffer from a lot of the illnesses that we're suffering from today. You understand? One of the major illnesses that our people suffer from, all right, is depression, you understand? A lot of black men and black women suffer from depression. And depression has a lot of symptoms, you understand? Depression isn't just, feeling, majorly sad, you understand? Or some type of, major detention, all right? Or major detection, right? It's not just that. There are symptoms that come with depression. When someone is majorly depressed, they have signs of irritability. They have signs of getting into fights and a lot of arguments at times. They have cognitive skills where they can't even communicate properly. You understand? Our people suffer from that. You understand? A lot. That's why we're unaliving each other, because we don't know how to deal with each other. Because we're what?
Dwell in Darkness.
Because we're dwelling in darkness. That's why we don't know how to deal with each other. Our oppressor knows this. You understand? That's why they flood the police department with Irish white males that don't like black men or women, and they know we're depressed out of our minds, and they know that we're not going to respect authority, and they're the first ones to pull a goddamn gun. That's why. You understand? Like, that's a systematic plan. You understand? The Lord said what?
Dwell in darkness.
It's like we dwell in this darkness as a people. Go ahead.
As those that have been long dead.
As what?
Those that have been long dead.
Said those have been long dead, just like the ones that have been long dead. You understand? A lot of those brothers and sisters that were unalived at traffic stops, they were suffering from mental illnesses. You understand? Like you can Eric Garner. You understand? Eric Garner was a brother that was suffering from a mental illness. You can tell that that brother was suffering from some kind of depression, some kind of anxiety. But our oppressor took advantage of that situation. All right. And they unalived him by choking him to death. You understand? And so many other brothers and sisters have suffered the very same fate. What was that sister that just got, so like y'all can give me a hint, that Sonia Massey, you understand? That sister had a mental illness, and she was suffering from either depression, anxiety. You can think of any kind of personality disorder. And our oppressor took the opportunity to unalive that sister, not calm her down, not talk her through it, not tell her relax. But because of a pot of boiling water, he took the opportunity to unalive and took that sister away from her family. You understand? Like, the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of.